Oh my Gurudev Namo, you
Oh.
guys. This is our last episode of this season.
Woo!
Because we are like really pregnant. And
Suits.
can you tell? You can't really see.
I can't see. But
I'm not getting up. Please do not make me
how
get
many
up.
weeks are you now?
31.
I'm going to be 33 tomorrow.
That's like really crazy.
Wednesday.
So when I'm 32 weeks, I'm moving across the country. Because I thought that would be a great idea to move when I'm 8 months pregnant.
Yeah. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Tell them how perfect it is and how you manifested it.
So, I mean, we have been wanting to move for a long time, but we didn't know where, We kept looking at all these places and just nothing felt right. So I don't even know, honestly, how we found this place, but it just kind of like popped up out of nowhere. And so we decided to have our baby moon there and like see what we thought. But we kind of thought we were going to move after the baby, right? Mm-hmm. But no, we went and we loved it immediately. And we signed a lease while we were there on our baby moon. And we're moving in 7 days.
How badass is that? And also, everything was like so easy when you went
my God.
And fell into place, right?
Everything, the synchronicities were so crazy. We found a midwife that was perfect. We found like the perfect place. Like, it just, every person we talked to, like everything just felt like so, and that's what we said, like, it has to be perfect.
Yeah. And
it literally was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a great lesson for the listeners that like if you're making a big change, if things are like super easy and super flowy, that's like totally a sign from the universe of like, yes.
Yeah. And that's, I think, like, I feel like at this point of pregnancy, you feel like you want to be like nesting and settling down and everything. And we've both made like some big changes in terms of like our pregnancy and like all of that. So I think it's another good reminder to just like follow your intuition even when it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Because this is like, anybody I talked to was like, why would you do that right now? Oh my God, she's moving so much. Oh. She's like, we're moving to Florida. I literally feel like she was like, I don't want to live in LA. I want to live.
Totally attracted you there.
Yeah, because I never thought about it before.
Because you just like saw it online, right? And you were like, this is it.
Yeah,
and then you went.
It was one of those like pregnancy insomnia nights that I couldn't sleep, and my partner was up too, and we were just like Googling places, and this one popped up, and for some reason we both just like zoop, and booked plane tickets that night at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
This is so random, but I really want pretzels, and I can't even have it because it's gluten.
Wow.
Okay, sorry.
That makes me feel a little sick.
Really? I love pretzels.
I think it's like the oil or something they use makes me feel sick. But I do love pretzels. Okay. We can find pretzels later. Don't you worry, girl. Anyways,
back on track.
Just being real with you, we love food.
Yeah.
And I hate food.
Oh, yeah. It's getting boring.
It's getting boring because I feel like you have to eat like so consistently.
Yeah.
They're like, eat a lot of small meals. And I'm like, I'm bored of eating all these small meals.
Yeah, and it's like, eat a lot of protein. And it's like, I don't really like to eat.
Yeah, I'm really like over it. But
proteins.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to tell them your big change that you decided?
Okay. Sorry, I totally veered off in the.
It's okay.
I just want to say how proud I am of you and how I think it's so amazing that you're following your intuition and following your heart, and it's so special. She gets to move to her dream
I'm just starting to feel emotional.
Oh, it's also sad because we're leaving. We're not leaving each other ever, but like we won't see each other as often.
But we literally talk all day, every day. So
we'll probably start FaceTiming like every day once the baby comes. Anyways, but yeah, I'm really excited for you.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Okay, so my big change. So I just want to share this with you guys because I want everyone to know that at any moment you can change your mind, not only in your life, but during pregnancy.
Yeah.
I completely changed my birthing plan. how it went was I interviewed many doulas. I met this one doula who is so incredible. I feel like I should like shout her out and put her in the show notes.
Yeah, put her in the show notes.
Her name is Whitney. She actually listens to our podcast. Aww, she's so awesome.
Hey, Whitney.
Hey, Whitney.
Hey, girl. Come to Florida for me.
And if anyone is in the Orange County area looking for a doula, she's incredible. We'll put her in the show notes. But she shared with me, I shared with her my intention of having an unmedicated natural birth, right? And that's my intention. And she let me know that there was a birth center that's attached to a hospital, and it's like the only one in our state, I think.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, near my house. And that, you know, if I felt called, I should check it out. And so I did, and it was magical. Yeah. Like just so
like one of those
perfect.
Like perfect moments.
Perfect moments. Like the lady, that lady who gave me the tour was so nice. I toured my other hospital and I just was like not feeling it.
Yeah.
It just
you were like,
off.
It's fine.
Right. It's fine. And like my doctor's appointments started to feel, I just wasn't feeling aligned. So toured the birthing center. It's like, it's so beautiful. They have bathtubs in the rooms and queen beds, so both your partner and you can stay, because they still have a few guidelines like the hospital, so you need to stay overnight in the hospital. But most hospitals, your partner's like sleeping on like maybe a couch. Like, I'm not really sure, which, you know, it's okay. But I'm so excited to be sleeping with my partner and our baby like right next to us. And they have all the regulations of a birthing center. So there's so much more freedom, and I feel so much more empowered.
And you'll be with a midwife.
And I'm now with a midwife.
Yeah.
So I'm just really like thrilled. It all happened so easily and quickly. And it again was like, I was actually getting discouraged because I was not finding a doula, and I thought it would be so easy. Yeah. And the one I really thought I would want, I didn't vibe with her. And then it's like, again, we've mentioned this mantra many times, but when things aren't working out, you say this or something better. Yeah. And it really opens up the universe to give you what you're really wanting, right? Because sometimes we don't even know what we really want. Right. And it is something
And
better.
Our minds are kind of limited in thinking that this is the best thing for me. But there's another option that we can't see because we're like in this very limited perspective.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the doula offered that for me, and then everything that's just happened with her has been so beautiful, and I'm so excited to give birth.
Yeah, I am too. I feel like I'm not afraid anymore.
I'm not afraid.
We're not afraid
anymore. Is that like from Home Alone?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that in so long. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a really huge breakthrough.
Yeah, that is a huge breakthrough.
Yeah. But it reminds me too that like when you're pregnant, but this is something you can tap into at any moment, you're so intuitive. Like we're so intuitive when we're pregnant. And so it's even more important to really listen to your intuition and follow those soul impulses, even when they don't make sense, even if it's like you had a plan and last minute you want to change it. Oh, like one of the girls in my birthing class, she actually changed her doctor literally 2 weeks before she gave birth.
That's amazing.
She changed to a different hospital because they wanted to induce her early, and they were feeding her all of this fear about all this stuff that could go wrong. Even though she had no complications, she was super healthy, everything was fine. They were just like really trying to push that on her. And she felt so uncomfortable with the doctor. So they literally changed like not even 2 weeks before she ended up giving birth. Wow. Yeah. And I just thought like that's so brave to follow those motherly instincts. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
And I also really believe like that your baby guided you to Florida, and my baby guided me to, because as we've talked about before, babies are born the way they need to be born for their highest growth and for our highest growth. Right. And my baby,
that's why we linked up.
Yeah. Wants to be born in a birthing center with just a different atmosphere, and she wants to be with that particular doula, you know, and you're a baby because you're changing midwives.
Right. Yeah. So, which I absolutely loved my midwife here. Yeah. I would recommend her to anyone in LA. But this woman that we met in Florida is like just as amazing. And we really, really connected with her right away. So it feels really good.
Yeah. And I just want to really quickly say my midwife's office is like, I basically feel like I'm going into like her apartment every time. It's an office, but she has like a couch and like with plush cushions, and like I don't have to put a robe on when I, like take my clothes off and put a robe on. Like
it feels like more comfortable.
Feels so homey, and
I love that.
I love the vibe. So I'm just so grateful. Yeah. And it's so true. When you're pregnant, your intuition is like zing. Yeah. So to really listen to that.
Yeah. So honor that. Even if the people around you tell you you're crazy, because your baby's communicating with you, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's easy, like I think it's really easy to fall into the trap of just doing whatever they tell you, doing all the tests they tell you or all the procedures they tell you. And it's so important to tune in.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about some of those?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So just to share really quickly, we're both taking empowering birthing classes, right? Yours are, what's it called? Do you know?
Childbirth education.
Okay, so
but it's very like open-minded and like in alignment with the way that we think and feel and things that we believe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And then I'm taking hypno babies. You may have also heard of hypno birthing, so it's similar to that. And we also learn like the child, each class is about something different. But last class we learned about our choices in terms of everything that gets put on you possibly. Last week we learned about, and I know you're learning about this too, all the choices we have in terms of all the things that get presented to us either during childbirth or right before it, right?
Or even right after.
Or right after.
Yeah.
So some of the things are like, we were told, and for me, so in the last month of your pregnancy, even sometimes midwives will want to do this, but the doctors or the midwives, they'll want to do a vaginal exam on you. And the intention is to check how many centimeters you are dilated. So that's fine. But here's the thing. When someone's putting their fingers up your vagina, it's moving around all the
bacteria
and all the stuff down there. So you could get an infection. Okay. Right. B, it's just uncomfortable if it's not like for the health of you or the baby. Like, why would you need or want to do that? And C, so say you're like 3 centimeters dilated, right? You could be that way for 2 days. You could be that way for 2 weeks or 2 months. And then they keep checking.
2 months.
Probably not 2 months, but
not.
But it also creates this like, okay, I'm 3 centimeters dilated, then I know my due date's here, so it creates more of like a drama
pressure
for the mother
and like stress. Yeah,
right. And the thing is like if you just trust that your body is going to go into the birthing time when your baby and your body are ready, then you don't have to have people doing these vaginal exams. Personally, I wouldn't have even known that I had an option to say no, right? I would just think, oh, this is normal. This is like how this works. This is part of my pregnancy journey.
Yeah.
So it was really eye-opening to really start to see like everything, induction, your water being broken, Pitocin, all the things. Of course, like you can say, what is the reason why we're doing this? And if it's not for the health of you and your baby, that's detrimental, you can say no.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Even if they're like, you have to get induced or, it's way too far along, the baby's too big. Oh, that's another thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the doctor will tell you that the baby is too big. They're
based
9 pounds. Exactly.
What do they base it on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's 9 pounds, the baby's too big. And again, there are cases where like women's bodies just, it's not possible to have a natural childbirth. And so
again, like you tune in to your body.
Right.
When that comes to that. Yeah.
Right. And so like, but these things like cesareans and Pitocin, like, for the people that need them for the health of them and their baby, like, thank God they exist. Right.
Yeah, totally.
And a lot of times they'll say like, the baby's too big. We need to induce you. We need to break your water. We need to move things along.
Yeah.
So the lady that's teaching my hypno babies, her best friend is a midwife, and she's had multiple births that are natural and drug-free and successful where the babies are 11, and the biggest was 13 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And also,
whoa.
I can go on and on about all this stuff, but the last thing I'll say is they sometimes will want to break your water, right, to move things along. Yeah. And babies can be born in the water sac.
Yeah. It's actually this very mystical.
Yeah, it's like mystical and like magical. And I don't know enough about it to speak on it, but I just know that we wanted to share this with you guys so you can just be clear to ask the doctor if they're saying like, we want to induce you, we need to move things along, instead of just saying, okay, because you feel like, I want to have this baby safely. Ask them why. What is the reason why they need to do it? And if they just say like, because you're a week overdue, guess what? You still have a whole week that you can wait.
You can ask them, what would happen if I didn't do this procedure or this test, or
ask questions. Like you have power.
Everything. Question everything.
Powerful.
Yeah. We're so powerful.
So it's been really great to just
this whole experience has been just so empowering, so eye-opening, so healing, so expansive.
Right.
Yeah. I love it. I love being pregnant.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I could be pregnant forever.
I was feeling that way. And then, I love it, but I'm also clear that, remember I was like, I want to get pregnant right after. Now I'm like, okay, I can wait. Yeah. We'll wait. I'll wait. I don't know if you'll wait.
The postpartum journey. Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah.
The postpartum journey is going to be beautiful and interesting in its own dynamic experience. And
motherhood,
like babies.
Oh my God.
Less than 2 months, probably. Like maybe they'll come a little after, but
who knows? Or before.
I
kept thinking like, you hear with your first one, they're usually late. I feel like in the last week, I've talked to like 5 moms that were like, oh, my first one was early, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Be ready.
Be ready. And also just a real quick one. I always thought it was like the due date, like your baby's coming on this day. My doula was like, it's an estimated due date.
Right.
And not to get attached
to that day. It could be like 2 or 3 weeks before, 2 or 3 weeks after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
babies. One of the hypno babies mantras is, babies come on their birthday, not when doctors say. And God love doctors. Like we love you guys so much.
Thankful.
But our babies are coming on
know
their
when they know. They know exactly when they want to be born.
Yay.
Amazing. So, I think we're gonna wrap up the season with that.
So like,
because the next time we see you, we'll probably have babies.
We'll have little babies. Yeah. And we'll tell you the names. And we'll tell you our...
Oh, yeah, the names. Because it's
we
secret.
Still haven't told each other.
I know. Can you believe it?
A few times. But.
Did I slip? I don't know. Maybe I almost did.
Yeah, well, we've gone like with the first vowel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Honestly, we've done really good.
I know.
Not
for this long. Yeah. Because I knew at like 6 weeks what her name was.
Yeah.
And I've been really good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so
thank you so much for watching. We love you guys so much.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye from the woo-woo.
See